Welcome to Unbox Yourself with Samantha Fox. I am so excited today for my guest, who is Sophia Spallino.
Well,
I'm
I'm so excited because we're like old friends and I haven't caught up with you in a long time. So
yeah,
I'm so happy to be in your presence.
I'm so happy to have you here, and I feel like we have so much to talk about. So I just want to disclose I know Sophia because Sophia helped me with my business going back a couple of years ago. And then I ended up going on sabbatical because I had a big loss. And we've kind of lost touch since then. And I'd love you to just introduce yourself to my audience so people can learn about you if they don't already know about you.
Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm Sophia Spallino, mid 30s, lesbian. I would identify as late in life lesbian just because I feel like I got robbed of good sex for pretty much my whole life until I was 29. So I came out when I was 29 as a lesbian. I kind of grappled with it for a long time. And now that I'm here, I have built a life being my truest, authentic self, which feels really good. And because of what I was already doing before I came out, I have this beautiful audience, built a lovely company where I was training people in social media like Samantha. And eventually, my audience demanded of me dating services. Like, I couldn't stop getting, "Can you match me? Can you match me? Can you match me?" And matchmaking is an extensive job. It is not like as simple as you think it could be. Like, if you're like hooking up a friend, we do so much values, lifestyle based connections. And of course, in lesbian world, everyone has a type. So I've got a team of 10 helping me matchmake now, and I am the Luxury Lesbian Matchmaker. I help people meet through that private service. I also founded the Queer Country Club, which was the very first and only monogamous lesbian dating platform that uses AI matching and allows women to meet based on their values and enter virtual lesbian speed dating that is not superficial. So that's what I do, and it's like a dream to get to wake up and talk to beautiful women every day. So I'm living the life. Yeah.
My God, so good. Yeah. So I've been following along a little bit, and I saw the Queer Country Club. I'm so curious. So you've been doing this for, is it like a year already?
Yeah, so the Queer Country Club had its birthday like a year and a half ago, and since then we've had a few engagements that clients have made me aware of. There's a lot of things they don't tell me, but so far I'm aware of 3 engagements that have happened and so many relationships. I mean, at this point it's got to be hundreds. So I'm just so happy and fulfilled.
Wow, I love it. Oh my God. I mean, I'm sure what an exciting job.
Yeah, yeah, it's the craziest thing ever. I get to see people's love stories develop. Women come back to me and they're like, "By the way, like, I joined one speed dating thing and now I found my person." Or someone's been in there for a long time and they just love the community aspect of it and then realize, "Oh wait, like now I can cancel. It's been a year and a half. I found my person." So sometimes it's like a day, 2 weeks, 3 months, sometimes a year and a half. But when it's your time. And I deeply believe that everyone who desires, because not everyone desires a monogamous life partner, but if that is your heart's desire, I'm a very spiritual lesbian. And I do believe that we don't have desires that aren't good and that aren't like, there's a reason that's in your heart. And I don't believe, like, for a long time, I felt so much guilt about being gay. I tried to pray it away. I come from South Louisiana and I had to really understand that God did not create me to self-destruct, and God did not make me gay to self-destruct to send me to hell, right? In that same way, I believe that the desire I have to find my future wife is so, like, it's driven everything. It's driven me to create a whole business. Because at first I was like, "Well, I'll find my wife doing this." That desire is so strong, and I know that it comes from the divine, and so I just wanna share, like, if you're out there and you, like, did all these brave things to come out, and that's why you're listening to this podcast, know that it will be worth it one day when you meet your person. Like, it's already worth it for you, for that freedom.
Yes.
But she's out there. They're out there. Whoever it is for you, they're out there. And, yeah, I specialize in helping mature monogamous women find
Yeah.
love.
And tell me a little bit about that niche, and how you landed on that in terms of, really making it just for monogamous women. I mean, these days, I could tell you, I've been on the apps. I've been single for almost 2 years.
I just wanna know, is it 2 years single or just and, like, no sex or just 2 years single?
Oh, okay. Yeah, good question.
Like,
So it's
I couldn't
over
make it.
a year of no sex. I did have a little lovership with a past ex when I was going through my really downtime. So we had a few months of spending time because I just needed a person.
Yeah.
And so she was there for that. And then it didn't continue after that. So that's over a year ago. August last summer was the end of that. So
Oh my
it's
goodness.
over a year of no sex with another person. And 2 years since I ended in January will be 2 years since I ended my last relationship.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you're just very sovereign in your decision to stay single until
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, I have been on the apps, but just looking, but also like really, I was on sabbatical from work. So I'm coming back into my work and coming back into my energy for my work, which is really a priority. I also bought a second home outside the city.
good for you.
So I've been doing that, which is a huge job by yourself.
Yes.
So much work having a house by yourself.
Yes, I would know. It's like, ooh. Like, I just want someone to enjoy this with, like, "Could you help me blow off the yard, and could we drink coffee together in the morning?" Like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, and and it was this thing that I had wanted for a really long time was a place outside the city, and I always imagined I will do that with a partner, and then came a moment where I could do it, but I didn't have a partner, and after losing my dad, I was just like, "I don't wanna wait anymore.
No.
I don't wanna wait. I don't have a partner, but I'm gonna do it anyway." So, I leaped, but there's lots of lesbian community here, but very coupled where I am. I'm in upstate New York, super queer. And yeah, so I've been on the apps. And what I was going to say about the monogamy piece is that even on the most basic apps, I would say 50% of the women on there are poly or looking for friends with benefits or ethically non-monogamous or something like that.
And
So
that's 50% that disclose it, right? Like,
yes.
yeah. Okay, first of all, I wanna just say congratulations for getting your house and living your life and not waiting to live it until you find your person. I took a leap of faith this year and I was like, "I'm getting my dream house." Like, without my person, I'm doing the thing, and I'm so glad to hear you're doing that because when we're, like, operating in our highest vibration and being our truest self, it we have to be the person that we wanna swipe on, right? At the end of the day, and so whoever swipes on you is gonna be like, "Damn, Samantha's got her shit together." Like, I wanna go hang out with her in her upstate New York house, right? So it's just like, I love this for you, okay? I love that you're creating that happiness on your own. I have too, and there's parts of it that feel, like, extra lonely when you feel extra grateful, and there's no one to share that coffee with, right? That's just like, ugh, but she's out there. So back to the app situation, yes, I live in South Louisiana. I was hoping this was different from you guys in New York, but apparently I have the majority of my clients are, I mean, they're everywhere, worldwide, but most are like in big cities 'cause that's where lesbian populations tend to be. And I was shocked because I created Queer Country Club honestly, to create a space for women who, like, needed it, and I didn't realize how much it was still needed in Los Angeles, Miami, New York, Chicago. Um, it's so strange to me that you guys still have this problem because it seems like you would have more. But now that I understand about, like, lesbian world based on research, only 1%, now I love all queer people, but when it comes to specifically lesbians, 1% of our population identifies as lesbians. Then you have to break that down into lesbians who are actually singled or not cuffed because it's very comfortable to just stay with somebody. So from there, I think I want to say, don't quote me, but I want to say it's like 40% of that 1% is single or not, like they're actively looking, you know? And then from there, you gotta find someone who's your type and who's attracted back to you, and there's so many types of us, oh my god. So,
Yeah.
like, It's really hard, really hard. And then throw in the fact that so many queer women are monogamous. So just to set the record straight, I help all queer women who are monogamous. Or like if you don't identify as a man, we're good to go. If you're transitioning to be a man, then you're a man. So then the women in the queer country club probably wouldn't be as interested because they're truly attracted to women. Most are cold-blooded cisgender lesbians, most, but we welcome our trans sisters, anyone who identifies as a queer woman of any sort, pansexual, bisexual. The deal is you have to be clear at this point in your life that you may be afflicted with the attraction for men if you're bi, but you ready to settle down with a woman. You want to wake up next to a woman. And if you know that with certainty that you're looking for your future wife or your future partner, your forever person, that's the women that we admit inside. You can't come in unless you declared those things. And if we get a report that that's not true, then we do our investigation and you're out, honey, because we don't want the drama. We want to make this so easy for our clients to date.
Yeah. I mean, just that phrase, like your forever person, for me, it has like I don't know, I have like a little bit of a thing about it.
Yeah, like you're feeling like a
A
retraction.
little like bristling about it just because, you know, I talk about like the conveyor belt of life. I mean, compulsory heterosexuality has that conveyor belt feel, right? It's like hop on the conveyor belt, get your stamps of approval, like, certainty. No, you're going to know, you're going to find that person, you're going to know, and that's going to be the person for the remainder of time. And yes, that happens. Like, I have seen people who have been together forever and they, of course, go through ups and downs, but they stick it out and they really love each other and they are there together forever people. And I would say that is the large minority of people. And so it's like, even going into dating people, the way I go into it, which I mean, I haven't really been dating, but I literally go in with zero expectations. Like I have no idea. I mean, there has to be like so many things that line up in order.
Speaking of, what are those? Like, is it like a I call it the future wife wish list, but for you, I don't think you would call it that. Like,
Yeah.
what is it for you?
I was on a podcast the other week with somebody who is now in my bi life, but who is out, but has been mainly with men. And she was saying she just had like a 7-month relationship with another woman that was so disastrous. I mean, she loved her, but like, boy, this person had a lot of issues, like serious issues. And so she was saying to me, I will never go into another relationship with somebody who is not doing their work. And I listened for a second and I said, that's so interesting because I feel like I don't want to go into a relationship with somebody who hasn't done their work. Like, I
Mm,
don't want to enter with somebody who is doing their work. I mean, yes, let's all keep doing it, but
right.
I want to be, I was in therapy for 35 years. I don't want to be with someone who's like just figuring their shit out as they're going through. And granted, like, yes, we get into relationships and different people bring out different things in us. So we never know what's going to come out in us because that dynamic has yet to play out. And we will learn and we will grow and we will evolve. Absolutely. But I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who thinks they've done their work and then they're like in the thick of it and I am kind of like somehow helping them through. I
Which I'm
feel
sure
like
you do as a therapist a
I have
lot.
done that in pretty much every relationship. I have very deep friendships with my exes because they all say that I have helped them enormously, like better understand themselves. And I am done with that. I am done with that. I don't want to do that anymore.
Don't blame you.
Yeah. So it leaves like your 1% and then the 40% and then the like we're going down to like, I said to this woman, it's like, 0.022% left for me. And then
Okay with that. Like, I am okay with that. And people are like, "Oh, but you're like like, not being so inclusive by telling people that there's coaching and therapy inside a queer country club that's included with your membership, because I bring in therapists quarterly or life coaches quarterly, and I'm like, "No, like, these women wanna be around women who are doing their work or, like you said, have done their work, women who are growth-minded." So, like, I'm aware that it's a small percentage. The Queer Country Club isn't meant to be huge. It's not meant to compete with a dating app. We are a club of elite lesbians who are just doing the most in every possible way. So I totally get that though, and I don't wanna do it either because I've been doing my work for a long time. I need someone who can pull up beside me and be like, "How fast can we go together?" Not me have to put gas in their car,
Yes.
financially or emotionally.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think that's valid, you know.
Yeah.
So, okay, so your queer country club, so there's bisexual, but you have to want to be in a relationship with a woman and be committed to that. And then, um, are these like mostly lifelong lesbians?
Say that's what I tend to attract,
Okay.
but my story is like, I'm late in life, so there are a I mean, honestly, it goes across the board, it really does. I just have a lot of older women who come because I'm here to connect people who are mature. So, most of my clients are between the majority's 40 to 65, but I have clients ranging from 20 to 70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's what I have also in my program. Literally 20s, like mid 20s to 70 is
Yes. And
yeah.
I'm, like, so proud, like, they'll be like, "Am I too old to come on the retreat?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not, because there's gonna be multiple of you and your ages," and, I mean, in lesbian world, because there's so few of us, it's about connecting with the soul. For a lot of women, it's not really about an age, like, they might have an age range that's ideal, but they're willing to meet someone, especially for matchmaking, like, they'll give me their ideal range, and then I'll be like, "Okay, but what if she's, like, really active and really hot, even though she's outside of your range and maybe 5 years older?" So, we push for the connection rather than just the outside appearance.
Okay. Well, I love
Yeah.
that you're doing this. This is so fun. Yeah. I mean, I work with relationships, I work with couples all the time, you know, also as a therapist. So it's just, I just think sounds so fun and interesting.
Thank you. Okay, well, it sounded like you're frustrated though with like the poly on apps. I'm curious, have you ever tried polyamory?
So I have not. I have been a serial monogamist, and I have at times when I've ended a relationship and felt like the main thing I have felt in relationships is like people want more of me than I can give. That's kind
Mm,
of the main feeling that I have in relationships. So there have been times when I get out of a relationship where I felt, I'm going to say, kind of suffocated by that energy of like wanting more, that I have thought, oh, it would be interesting to be like a partner to somebody who has a partner, so I don't have to be everything for that person. And I could see that person like once a week and just like have some, you know, nice connecting time. Like,
right.
so that has been kind of a fantasy that I've had. And at the same time, you know, whenever I kind of looked and like thought about it, it's more of a fantasy. You know, I've treated poly people. I have clients in my bi life community that are, you know, married to men, fully lesbian, ethically non-monogamous, have kids, staying together. He has a girlfriend, she has a girlfriend, and they're figuring it out. They might end up separated one day, but like I have a lot of respect
Oh yeah.
for the nuance that sometimes is required to make things work. I don't like black and white. I'm very anti black and white. So,
Totally get it.
yeah, so I love the concept. As a human, I don't think that I am a poly or ethically non-monogamous human.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I actually, when I was coming out, tried polyamory. Like, this was how I got here. I was with a man where I was running his business. I didn't wanna lose my job. I didn't wanna lose my life. I didn't wanna lose my house, my car. my equity. I did. I lost all of it. And I came out because the moment I had sex with the woman, it was like, I don't want to lay in bed next to him or have sex again because if I get pregnant, this will be what I have to go through. I'm like, God bless you because that takes so much strength. I look back going, I left with $10,000 and like nothing and think that was hard. I can't imagine doing it with children. I applaud you if you are. I just can't imagine on every level. But I knew like that will be my life if I do not leave right this moment. And so I just thank God that I figured it out right then and there, did what I had to do. Holy moly. But polyamory wasn't for me because the moment I touched her, I was like, my boyfriend was like, go figure this out. And I waited a year to find someone that I truly fell in love with to have sex. And the moment I was with her, it was like, "Oh, if I bring her back home," like, was the plan because we were gonna do a full, like, what was it? A ethical triad? Like, we had a whole plan for, like, long term and getting a new house that we could all live in together, but I was going to meet her in person after a 2-month intensive online relationship, and the moment I touched her, I was like, "If he touches her," not because I'm jealous of she's mine, like, she's mine, and I'm hers, and this like and I just knew this is not for me, and since that moment, I just couldn't fathom it anymore for myself. I understand how some people it might work, but not for me, or I've had a friend who, like, came out transgender, now a woman, but loves her wife, but in a non-sexual way because I think the wife is not a lesbian. So they're together and now she's looking for female partners and is still married to this woman but wants a sexual relationship with one person, not the and I'm like, I can hold space for that nuance. It's just not what I can allow in the club because my clients come to me because they're frustrated with polyamory. And with the struggle to find someone with like their same values and making it easy to just cut to the chase rather than having like difficult conversations about politics or religion or lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle do you live down the line? We kind of just hash that all out right in the beginning, or we do it for you if you're in private matchmaking.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it makes sense, in the case of like your clientele, right? And just
Yeah.
just like I have like a very tightly niched clientele.
Yes. Yes.
And yeah, it's not like all women, it's like women who are coming into their sexuality later after having been affected by compulsory heterosexuality. So,
Yes.
yeah, I
I
get
just
it.
want them to hear me and not hate me because I actually get you because I was you. And there's a part of me that I mean, I do believe in alternate realities. Like, that would be me. That would straight up be me. So there's no judgment for it at all. Yeah. Okay, now that you're single, I'm single by the way. This is so fun. Uh, what's your type?
Well, I'm trying to conceptualize having less of a type, which has not been the case ever before. So
Okay.
I'm kind of like, can my brain stretch to like anybody and like any type? Or am I just always going to be staying with the same type? So historically, every one of my partners has been sirred. When I say sirred, like people are like, excuse me, sir. And then they're like, oh, so they're very androgynous. I mean, the minute they open their mouth, they're like, oh, excuse me, ma'am. That's kind of across the board, every single one of the five. Or when they were younger, people mistake them for boys.
Aw.
Yeah. So I've always gone for androgynous women. And I mean, I'm single, so we can say none of them worked long term. But I also had 3 young kids and was building a career and had a lot of other things going on in my life. So my type has been, physically more androgynous. I'd say a little bit more, more mask presenting, but then I find that a lot of the more mask presenting people have like a lot of they have a lot of feminine energy too.
Yes.
And that
Soft on the inside.
yes, on the inside, right? It's like really soft and gooey, yeah. And then I find like with myself, I used to be much more feminine. I had a whole scale system that I developed around this. So my type is a 4 on my scale. And I was always like a 7 or a 6. And I have slid down now, I have been told, to like a 5.75. 5 is sort of like androgynous.
Yeah, you give, like, a very fluid.
Yeah. 1 is like as butch as you can get, super butch. And 10 is like you.
I was gonna say, yeah, what am I?
You're a 10. You're a 10.
Okay,
So I used to
thanks.
be like a 7 when I came out, when I first came out. And now I've slid down. And so I'm finding like definitely finding that more feminine women are also attracted to me because I think I also give off a little bit of like masculine energy, which is kind of new for me and I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I'm it's like I'm comfortable with who I am, but I'm not sure about that dynamic because I've always been the slightly more feminine one in my dynamic.
Yeah, no, and it actually, like I don't know if it's, like, the compulsive heteronormativity, but, like, it actually, like, affects the way things go in the relationship, like, who opens the door, who grabs the check first, like, all these things that, like, shouldn't really even matter, it actually does. It's like I recently dated someone extremely feminine. I'm talking more feminine than me and more petite than me. So like I felt like I needed to like take care of her. And I felt like the daddy. Like I opened every door and it didn't matter if I was wearing heels too. It was because her heels were much thinner and I didn't want her having to like be pulled by the door and I always wanted to pick up the check and, like, do everything for her, and I was like, "This is not like me," because historically, I've dated women who are, like, daddies, and yeah, they might have been feminine, but they're like, "I wanna take care of you," and then they grab more masculine pull, and, like, I don't know, this was weird, but, like, I loved her so much and, like, was obsessed with wanting to take care of her because she was more feminine than me. Which is a really interesting reflection. And then, like, more masculine women, it's like, I want them to make me the little princess and make me feel taken care of. And this is something that, like, I can recognize isn't fair because we're all women. So after this relationship, it's made me realize that it's very important to appreciate, like, reciprocity. I don't wanna call it equality because it it's not like tit for tat. I do this, you do that. You know what I mean? But reciprocity across every spectrum of a relationship is so important. And I can think back to like exes that I had that I would consider dangerous individuals. Like, I'm not going to hit them up. You know what I mean? If they happen to listen to a podcast of me, I would like them to know, like, I'm sorry for not recognizing that reciprocity. Like, I'm sorry I didn't get your glass of water before we went to bed and that I didn't, like, wake you up with kisses or call you my queen or pick up the check before you did. Like, I'm sincerely sorry about that. And that's where I've grown so much. Like, and just being around more queer people and growing in my queerness and education, I'm like, "Oh, this makes so much sense now." Like, what the fuck? It's still so much,
To unlearn.
heteronormativity.
Yeah, so much to unlearn. I mean, it's like lifelong unlearning, really.
Yes, yes, I'm never gonna be done. I know that. I'm never gonna be perfect, but finding someone who's on their way, important. So, okay, I love that you have this scale, and thanks for saying I'm probably that means the most feminine possible,
Yeah,
right?
that's okay.
Like, yes, in fact, I have to take off one of my accessories 'cause I'm getting hot. So, I'm like, "No, I don't wanna take off the red, it's the look," but I am, like, hot.
You've got the lips, so it's okay.
There's
Yeah.
that. Oh my god. Okay, so you're open to dating feminine, maybe? Maybe.
Say feminine, like slightly more feminine than me,
Yeah.
or like me, but maybe that would be, I don't know. I'm just trying to, open my mind. And it's also like this thing when you're demisexual. You know what demisexual is, right?
Yeah, because I qualify.
Yeah,
It
so
makes life really rough,
it
like,
makes life so hard, like, I can't believe it. I mean, it takes me so long to even find anyone that I could possibly be attracted to. It's really just like, wow, you know? Um, I'd rather wait.
uh, can I ask a question? Because I know you specialize in this. I identify as demisexual, but I wanna make sure that I am. Here's the thing, I can be attracted to someone, but it doesn't mean I want to have sex with them until I really, really, really know them. I'm talking like a long time, like at least a month of like being together every day and stuff like that. And so I go, is that internalized religious trauma or is that actually being demisexual?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like I say it like this, like, if I'm walking down the street in the city and I see, like, a really hot woman that I find hot, that's my type, I might be like, "Holy shit," like, "Wow," you know? And then, like, that's it. Like, there's nothing sexual. I might just be very like, "Wow, she was, like, so my type," like, just the energy and the look and all of it, like, down. I am down with her, but I am not, like, getting down with her.
No, like I'm like, I want her to make eye contact with me, make eye contact with me. Like that's what I want.
And then
It's
get to know the person and have some sense of that person before getting into being sexual with them.
yeah.
Some
Yeah.
emotional connection, some sense of, like, knowing, yes, then it's demisexual.
Have you ever been able to, like, meet someone on a date and have sex the first date? Okay, yeah, same, not no.
Like a hookup, no.
Can't do it, can't do it. And, like, that's the thing that I find frustrating with other dating apps. Again, I'm, like, sex positive, you do you, I support sex work, all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I think what's really disconnected is there's a lot of polyamory, which does not make you promiscuous. You could be demisexual polyamorous, right? But
Typically,
there's
yeah.
a lot of polyamory that's hard to sort through. And even if people disclose it, that's great. But then some people don't think to, like, they're not even trying to be like misleading. They just don't think about it on their dating profile. And then also the issue of there's a lot of people that are looking for a hookup and that's it. Or they want to hook up and then see where it goes. I ain't hook it up to see where it goes. Like, we need to see where it goes, and then we can find out. Like, I don't fuck around and find out. I find out, then fuck around. That's how I
Exactly,
describe it.
exactly. Yes, I'm like you. And not
Mhm.
everybody is, and that's okay too.
I mean, if you meet someone in queer country club and your first date, you wanna hook up because that's how you connect, cool. But we make it easy for you to connect based on your values before you ever meet in person, which is really exciting. Okay, we are talking about your type and
It's such a rarity. I mean, it's like there's this way that I've kind of made peace. I mean, I'm really am quite happy with my life and with myself and with my work and with my family and with my kids. And, there's this way that I'm like, well, I have had 23 years of relationships with women that were very fulfilling in so many different ways. And maybe that was it. Like, there's a part of me that's like, maybe that was it. Um,
no, not if you don't want I mean, maybe if you don't want a relation like, if to you that's not fulfilling and your children are and your work is, then, like, if it's not your priority, it's not your priority.
yeah. I mean, and I don't feel like it's not a priority in the way that I'm like really, like, looking and, like, trying and going on dates. I'm more just like, at some point, the universe will bring somebody into my life somewhere. There's a lot of queer people where I am. I'm part of the lesbian community here. Like, somehow, some way, somebody, some hot landscaper woman or something is going to be like, doing my garden, or I don't know, like, something will happen.
Something will. Yes, I
Yeah.
have faith. It's like if you put yourself out there in some way, like, whether it is on a dating platform or it just is, like, in your heart or it is by clearing things off the other nightstand in your room so someone could come in and that energy's clear and that's your intention for the universe, I believe it could happen, like, just by me having Queer Country Club and being, like, in this energy of reciprocity, that could make it more likely that today when I go to Whole Foods, I meet someone in the aisle because I'm giving that open, receptive energy that's like, "Hey, I'm looking for my future wife. Where is she?" And it is an energy thing. People can read it whether it's your dating profile or in person. And I'm just gonna pray that the hottest lesbian landscaper shows up at your New York house. Oh my god, we have a service here, I think it's like Call a Dyke or something like that, like, it's, like, literally a fix-it service, I'm like, "This is great. Dial a dyke, that's it."
The other day, like, I don't remember what I was getting at Lowe's, and there was this woman pushing one of those big carts with, like, all this building material on it. She was probably, like, 5'9" and just, like, she looked so cool, and I was just like, I did not wanna leave Lowe's. I was like, "Oh my god," you know?
Wait, do you go up to people and, like, just introduce? What?
No, no,
Ever?
no, no.
Wait, how do you expect her to, like, find you? Do you expect her to come up to you?
I mean, it was, it was, really awkward. Like, what am I gonna do? Just I got my thing, I already checked out. I'm gonna, like, roam around the store till I bump into her?
Yeah, that's what I would do. Okay, I would have gone up to her and I would have been like, "That looks like hard work, but you're the woman for the job." Like, because you said she looks strong, right? Or I'd be like, "You look so badass doing that. There's no other woman in this place operating that like you." That's how I would approach it.
My god, I love it.
Yeah.
I love
If
it.
if I like someone, I am not leaving, even if they look straight, because my type I have different types, okay? So, like, I've got, like, the more androgynous, chapstick lesbian type, and then I've got, like, the super high femme type. And if they're high femme, I go up to them and I'm like, there's probably only a 1% chance that you would actually be a little bit gay, but I could not walk out of this coffee shop without telling you, you are the most beautiful woman I have seen in a very long time. And then I just turn around and walk out.
Love that, that's so good.
Yeah, I figure if she's gay, she'll like run up to me, but you know,
My god, has it worked?
it's work to develop friendships. People have been like, I'm not, but like, that was really bold and thank you. And then we have ended up becoming friends because I live in a like little neighborhood where, yeah, you see the same people. So,
What do
yeah.
you do with the more androgynous women if you run into them?
Oh, I would just purposely kind of like be texting with my phone like this. Or, like, I'll, like, just act like I'm talking with my hands with my phone. I do that in airports a lot. Like, if I'm sitting next to someone, I'm like, "Oh, she's gay. She gay, gay." So, like, I'll just, like, be doing whatever call on my laptop, but I'll, like, hold my phone or, like, I'll be like, I'm doing some important work up here, you know what I mean?
So they can see your
Um,
stickers.
yeah, or I'll be, like, referring to what I do out loud. So, it's very easy when someone's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I am the luxury lesbian matchmaker." So I could ask them what they do or what are you working on if they're at a coffee shop, and very quickly start a conversation about that, and my work is literally by definition very gay. So,
Right, right. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I mean, I'm like an extremely introverted person.
it's hard to
So
believe.
I know, nobody believes it. Everyone's like, "Come on." It was so hard for me to ever show up on social media. So,
You did so good when we were doing profitable personal brand though, like, in the group, like, you were so good at communicating.
yeah, but I am a highly introverted person. So, yeah,
Wow.
so it's hard. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah.
which makes sense as to why you feel somewhat smothered in relationships. I'm curious, was there ever a person that you didn't feel smothered by, that you were just truly wholly in love with and your energy felt peace?
Yeah, that was the person that kept me company, as lover
Oh,
in 2024.
but that's not your person.
I mean, you know, she's my person on a karmic level. It's a karmic connection, and we're just really in 2 very different places in life. When she's with me, I think she kinda loses herself, like, it's really hard for her to hold on to herself when she's with me, and so I think she's just decided to just not be with me for that reason, and
Like, she wants to, like, please you so hard kinda thing, or
just like she feels pulled to me, that she loses perspective on, like, what she wants to be doing with her life, and yeah, it gets out of balance. But she was my COVID love affair. We lived together 50% of the time. And she's the person I was with when I started developing the program in 2021. And a
Wow.
lot of it was based on her, like on because she was a late bloomer. And so I was noticing a lot of things in her. I mean, she was on content with me, like she and I did some content together back.
This feels like my story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, but
I
she
know how it feels
love
to had a
me.
karmic relationship with my first girlfriend, and we did like, we were the first, like, ones, like, doing, like, sexuality courses, like, with fruit online, and that has been the most painful thing.
Yeah, it's really hard. And I've really been doing a lot of work to just let it go and accept. And I think I really have, but it's really taken me till pretty recently to really let go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of self-awareness to know that it's like, you just weren't ready for anything real before that. Well, when you do have time to settle into realizing, "Do I want to date seriously? Do I want to keep things casual or open?" Like, let me know because, I'm gonna hook you up. But and I know that I know who you are, I know your character, and I would like to connect you with somebody who's an equal intellectually and just in all the morals that you in the integrity that you carry.
Be lovely.
If you ever want.
It feels so difficult. And it's like I'm in New York, so I have New York City and I have upstate New York and on the apps that like everybody's on. And it's really just there's no one. It's really quite interesting.
I literally have like, I would say I don't wanna toot my own horn, but I'll toot it because the people listening have probably don't know much about me. I work with, like, literal royalty in Dubai, places where it's very scary for women to come out, multimillionaires in other countries who are like, "Please just help me find someone, like, my career's here, but I go to America, da, da, da." Like, they have the opportunities and stuff, but they need someone. So, like, I have clients who are, like, ridiculously successful, driven, have their own life, wouldn't need to make you their everything, right? But would dream of being with someone like you who's, like, a whole sovereign, put together person. And I mean, and ranging from beautiful teachers and police officers to plastic surgeons who own multiple hospitals. Like my clients range, but so many of them are just they've got their own lives. And I think that's the hardest part of dating is like people are looking for someone out of a pile of hay of women who don't actually like their life. Like you and I both said we just got our dream houses and like we like our life on our own. It would just be nice to have someone to live it with, and that's the kind of women that I'm matching. So when you're ready, if you're ready, you just reach out, I got you.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was a little bit curious just to hear about I know you came out late. I've heard the story about like the threesome or the thruple that you were planning that went awry.
So bad.
Then what? Like have you had many relationships? Like what is your history?
This is so funny. Thanks for asking because the other day I got like a hate comment of someone being like, she's always with someone new. I have been like out dating women since 20, I don't even, I think 5 years. I've had five partners in 5 years. And that is like people I've dated and people I've had sex with. I can count them on one hand. I'm like you, demisexual, so this is hard. I've dated women that have broken my heart. I've dated women that it was more easy for me to walk away from because I realized like I wasn't deeply in love with them. I was deeply in love with like their persona. And so I was able to like understand these differences over the years. Like what makes you really in love with someone? What makes you really tick with somebody? And finding that is rare, the spark. Like what I was just hearing you say about this karmic person for you. We can look at I mean, you're a therapist. We can look at like the Gottman Institute. We can look at the greatest therapists in the world. No one can engineer a spark. No one. And if they say they can, they're lying. There's no way to predict a spark. So all I can do as a matchmaker and in dating for myself is first look for lifestyle alignment, value alignment, and making sure I'm attracted to that person. That's it. Or for my clients. And finding that spark is so rare. And I think I've found it 3 times throughout my dating journey.
And you said you've had 5 people. So those other people, were you just kind of like, I'm just like, this is a woman. I'm gonna just go with it and see how this goes.
I was very intentional to let them know right away, like, that spark isn't here for me, but because your lifestyle alignment and your values, like, you care so deeply and you're a good person, like, I wonder if that can grow.
Okay. And it did not.
No, not enough to make you stick. And one of them even told me one day this isn't going to work because the sexual chemistry is just not there. Like, yes, when we're having sex, we have great sex, but it's not like this like ravenous desire that I had for her and another partner that I had. And it's interesting because at the end of the day, it felt very safe. So I was like, oh, I like this though, because I feel so safe in this relationship. She's not going to abandon me like the ones that I were really in love with. But at the end of the day, I felt so much dis-ease because I knew one day, eventually, I would have to be that person to break her heart. And I didn't feel that for a long time. It only happened like the last 2 days, right, of being in a relationship where something clicks and you're like, "This isn't my person. I've tried. This isn't my person." If I would have known that the whole time, I wouldn't have stayed in it. But, like, you have that moment and you're like, "Oh." Do you relate to that or no? Like, have you ever tried?
I think it takes time, I always say that it takes 2 years to really get to know someone,
It
to
does.
know them enough to make a decision about something like marrying, which nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to wait 2 years, especially when you're like in your 40s or 50s and you waited to come out to later or whatever. People want to just get on with it. They're like, no, let's just do this thing. Let's just get married. But you don't know someone until you've known them for at least 2 years. So you will see new things cropping up along that whole time, and sometimes even after, like with this one that I have the karmic connection with, it was after the 2 years that things started to crop up that I hadn't noticed before. And maybe that was because it was COVID, or maybe it was because I was so blinded by this karmic connection. But, you really wanna, like, know somebody very well. So I think it takes time,
Yeah.
right? You meet somebody, you're really excited, everybody's showing their best, they're on their best behavior, they're showing their best personality, and then you slowly, they have a problem at work, they have a problem with their family, they have a problem with an illness, whatever it is, but slowly you start to see, well, how are they managing these things?
Mhm.
What happens? Like, are they still kind? Or
Yeah, or do they completely abandon you during their crises?
Yeah, or abandon themselves, or turn to
Yeah.
alcohol,
Yeah.
or right? Or completely shut down and go into a depression and you can't even get to them, right? So there's a lot of things that you don't know until you watch somebody go through ups and downs.
Yep.
So
And
I
it
think it makes sense what you're saying. It took you time. It takes time to know.
yeah, it does. I feel bad now, but I understand. Like I have this deep understanding of what does actually work in a relationship, not only from my own life, but because of the work I do with clients. So like if I had what I know now, I would have never started those relationships. I would have known better. No, the 2 where
The
there
two.
wasn't the
Okay. The
spark.
two. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, because I wouldn't ever put someone through that ever again knowingly, like, now that I know what I know, I would never
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But 3 of them, yeah, like, there was real love and, like, it really hurt. You were there for one of them. I remember I had to get on a consulting call with you, and I was like, "I just went through a breakup, I'm not okay today."
Yeah. Yes. I was like, should we talk about that? Or should like, what do we need to talk about today?
I
Yeah.
was like, "No, this is your time for your business consulting," and then, like, got off the call, like,
Yeah, I remember that.
rough times,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you over that? So would you say of those 3 that you did really have pain, like, are you completely over all three?
Yes, it's taken a lot of time, but it's made me not only get over it in my heart, it's just made me refine what I'm really looking for and like the red flags that I didn't see that a lot of people wouldn't see, right? Like I'm very well aware of what to look for when it comes to substance abuse or looking at someone and are they fully out of the closet? Are they true? Like, because they can say they are, but if they're having tension with you when they have to hold your hand in public, something's wrong here. And yeah, there still could be a little bit of pain or like that hurt if I think about it too hard, but it also empowers me to make better decisions for the future and how to help other people avoid it as well.
And I'm not allowed to ask you anything about now, right?
No, now I am single. Now I am. Yeah. Yeah. I am actually like 100% not talking to anyone, not in a talking at the day of recording this podcast, not actually talking to anyone, which is very rare because I meet a lot of women and every time someone slides into the DMs, I'm like, okay, like, I don't know, until I get on a call with you and I see your face, but I've never crossed that line with a client. I haven't, ever. But if it's my future wife and I turn on the webcam for a consultation, I will tell her, "Sorry, I don't want you to buy my service. I would like to date you."
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. One day it will happen, I know.
It's a kind of fun fantasy, right?
It is. I just know I'm gonna turn on the Zoom camera, I'm gonna be like, "That's it." Yeah.
Yeah, there you are.
There you are. Yes.
Yeah, I
Oh
love
my
it.
god. Yeah, I think I do still believe in the spark. I do. After going through the pain that I went through with the first 3 girlfriends, I thought, "I don't want the spark. I don't want the anxiety. I don't want those butterflies." So I chose relationships that felt really safe with women that I was compatible with, and now I realize it's important to have both. You have to have the whole enchilada.
Yeah. Also, the spark is like chemistry, this elusive thing that you can't ever create, right? It's just
Nope.
there or it's not. And, I mean, I think the spark remains if the relationship remains healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know this, but it's like even meeting somebody with the spark, if you don't keep nourishing the relationship in healthy ways and doing repair when there's rupture, that spark will go out. Like it absolutely will go out. If there's not communication that's clear and kind and direct about things that are going wrong and space for people to learn and grow, and instead there's like blame and right and wrong, and it's just like it's so delicate, that spark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most delicate, and I love talking about repair because going through relationships where a woman refuses to properly repair, it has shown me that they truly have no consideration for my feelings. And that I'm like, that is what makes me unattracted to somebody. If that happens enough, that lack of consideration, blatant, because I'm a very good communicator, as I'm sure you are too. Like, hey, these are my needs. And also, by the way, I appreciate that you said, I'm sorry you feel that way, but that's not a real apology. A real apology is, I'm sorry because why? And here's why you can trust that I will do everything in my power not to do it again. Right? Like, it's a 3-step process. And when someone's not willing to do that, I don't have capacity anymore for them in my life.
Yeah, no matter what the spark is. I mean, that spark just will go out.
Yes, yes. It's rough business, and to get it back, to rebuild trust, difficult. Have you ever been able to get it back after it's been lost?
I honestly So the first person, my catalyst, I was with for 8 years, and with her, it literally took almost all 8 years for that spark to die, I think, because she was my first. And because
Mm,
she moved in with me and I left my marriage, and, she was the only woman I had ever been with, but it died. And when it died, I mean, it died hard. Like, it was out.
wow.
Yes, and with no wishes ever after. The next person, the spark never died. And then the person that I have the karmic bond with,
Is the
um,
spark there? Like, did it
so
never die?
you know, that so I think with this person, the spark the spark died for me in terms of, like, I don't want her anymore. Like, I
Mm,
am not longing for her in any way anymore. That said, I think that that spark was a spark that was it was a spark like I never had. I think it's because it's karmic.
yeah.
I mean, we could fight and disagree on things, really big things, and the spark just stayed. Like I could think we have such different values. She believed in like a male guru and I was like, I don't believe in gurus and definitely not a man guru, like no gurus. So like these kinds of things that really bothered me and turned me off, but the spark did not die.
Yep.
It was still there. It was still like, "Yup, let's go." And then the last one, yes, the spark went out because it was just there was too much up and down.
Ah, and it's so interesting. It's so I feel like the up and down will quickly tear it up.
Yeah.
Tear it up. But it's weird how whenever it's someone like you really love and you're really attracted to, there's nothing they could do to turn off the spark. So like I honestly just think it comes down to we have multiple like soulmate opportunities. And the one is the one you consistently choose because everyone's got their shit and everyone's shit stinks. So it's like, what shit are you willing to tolerate? And hopefully it's the least amount because you're both actively doing your work. But that's what it comes down to. You get a few people in this universe you're getting a spark with, take your pick
Yeah,
and
but
decide.
then so you can pick them, but if they don't keep picking you,
Right. Right.
then that's just not gonna work.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's got to be this mutual decision because love is not a feeling. It is a choice and it is a choice to do work.
Yes.
It is a choice to do life.
Verb. Yeah, it's a verb.
Yeah. And I do deeply believe that I'm going to find it. So, and I pray that you do too if you actually want to go there one day.
I mean, I would love to share my life with somebody. I feel like I have so much goodness and
You
so
do.
much to give, and I would love that. I don't need to like move in or get married or anything like that, but I would love to like share my life with another person without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will happen. It will happen in the moment where you're like truly ready. Every cell. That's the moment it will happen.
Yeah, yeah. I hear that.
Yeah.
Well, it has been such a pleasure having you on and so fun chatting with you about all of this stuff. I could just keep going.
I
I
know, like, I
could
just we could go from coffee to popping a beer open and continuing on.
totally. So tell people where they can find you, and I'm also gonna attach your contact info in the show notes, but just let people know where they can find you.
Yeah, I would love if you go to queercountryclub.com, just queercountryclub.com. You can access links to luxury matchmaking one-on-one there, the actual club, as well as our luxury lesbian retreats where I take women to Canyon Ranch and you will leave with soul family. You might leave with a relationship. We have a very good track record of at least one connection per trip so far. And, 2/3 have stayed in, like, long-term healthy relationships, so it's really exciting. So there's that opportunity there. And if you have any questions, you can reach out on the website. Like, if you tap, the little chat thing, a team member on my website will be able to answer any questions for you.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you. Thank you for
Thank
doing
you.
beautiful work, and it's lovely seeing you, and thanks for coming on and enlightening my audience.
Oh, thank you. And I just want to share, like, thank you for taking this leap. It will be the best thing you've ever done. I know if you're listening to Samantha's podcast, you're exactly where I was a few years ago. So my heart is just seriously empathizing with where you're at in your journey because it's not easy. And I wish someone would have just said the truth that coming out is hard and there will be sacrifice. But what I can promise is it is so worth it, because one day you'll be like, happily eating out a lady, and you'll never have to be with the dude again if you don't want to. Have a great day, Samantha. Thank you for having me.
You too. Thanks so much, Sophia. Thank you for spending this time with me on Unbox Yourself with Samantha Fox. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a review. It helps more folks find these conversations. If you're ready to unbox from something that's keeping you stuck, I would love to support you. You can find the application to the show at unboxyoursexuality.com. Let's stay connected. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Lesbian Curiosity Coach. Give me a follow and join the conversation. Remember, we only have this one time through. Why not unbox yourself and let your true self shine in all its beautiful glory?